What's up guys, Rob the Awesome here, and today we're going to be looking at a sapper that doesn't see much use on the battlefield, but has situational advantages that brings an engineer's progress to a sudden halt. The Red Tape Recorder. This somehow underutilized destructive tool doesn't see a lot of daylight when it's constantly under the shadow of the stock sapper. Surely if its competition is better, there isn't a need to check out the other weapons, right? But with misunderstandings like these, our arsenal just gets limited to its full potential. The question still remains though, how do we make use of such an old-fashioned sapper? With full frontal maneuvers, stall tactics, and gunslinger denial, you'll be on constant playback with your favorite recorder. In order to get the most out of this weapon and truly value its gameplay mechanics, we need to dive right into this weapon's stats and point out what each one is specifically used for. To start, the Red Tape Recorder reverses the enemy building's construction at the same rate it takes to build it. It can turn any level 3 into a level 2 in a matter of seconds, and soon after, it can turn into a level 1 back into its box form where it will cease to exist any further. The sapper, however, has a 100% damage penalty. It can't do damage on its own without the aid of your revolver or teammates' help. It will, however, slowly lose health between the stages of a level 1 and its original box form as it slowly deconstructs itself, giving you some form of damage done over time. Lastly, if you manage to completely sap an enemy building, the box that it originally came from will give you the equivalent of a large ammo pickup, giving you a potential cloak and ammo back as a sweet reward. Now that we've looked into the stats, let's focus on how to effectively use this weapon in combat. Being able to deconstruct buildings sounds like a great thing to do. It really makes you wonder why very little people use it. The main reason though, it's unreliable. Mix the 100% damage penalty and the fact that engineers usually stick to their buildings like glue, and you've got a sapper that doesn't really give you anything for your troubles. At least a sapper that is placed for about 1 second before it gets instantly taken off will do enough damage for a full charge sniper shot to take it down, making for easy coordinated takedowns. So what exactly makes the Red Tape Recorder worth using? If the sapper is better, why try to find a use for anything else? Simple, because there is a use that is hidden in plain sight. Take into consideration what the engineer can build. Sentry guns, mini sentries, dispensers, and teleporters, 4 buildings that can all succumb to the degrading effects. However, only half of these buildings will take a major hit when the Red Tape Recorder comes into play. Let's start with the standard sentry gun. It was already mentioned that the Red Tape is unreliable against decent engineers who know how to maintain a nest. When an engineer runs level 3s, most if not all of the time he will be right next to a sentry in order to maintain a position his team desperately needs. The stock sapper can at least do damage, whereas the recorder won't do anything helpful but stall for a few milliseconds. So against level 3s, the Red Tape Recorder isn't that great to have with you. Alright, what about mini sentries? The sapper can kill off the mini sentries faster, sure, but the degrading factor of the Red Tape Recorder can actually make it better in the long run. When an engineer runs a mini sentry, he doesn't care whether it gets taken down or not. If it goes down, he'll just continue to keep pumping them out. You could use a sapper to kill it right away, but with the recorder you can stall for an extra 5 or so seconds before he can place another one. This can be super helpful for your flank when the engineer can't even lay down another mini sentry. The Red Tape effectively stops him from pumping out more and more of his buildings, giving your team more time to execute without delay. Against the gunslinger, the Red Tape Recorder is its worst nightmare. Now that it's clear that its use is against gunslinger engineers, does this mean that it's useless against proper level 3 setups? On the contrary, it may not be great against the sentry gun, but we still have 2 more buildings in his arsenal that could do some major damage. Let's start with the teleporters. Effectively, engineers don't place teleporters near their buildings and instead near areas where his team will benefit the most. They are at a far enough distance where bringing it down to level 2 or even level 1 can be a huge hindrance to the enemy team. But compared to outright destroying it with the stock sapper, it can be pretty whatever. But here's where things start to get good. Dispensers. When an engineer's nest has been deployed for quite some time, and it seems like you can't get close enough to do any real damage with your team, there is one tactic that can actually hurt the engineer's chances of keeping that nest alive. Sapping the dispenser with the Red Tape Recorder. What's so special about sapping dispensers again? Simple. By downgrading the dispenser to less than level 1, which takes a couple of seconds mind you, all of the ammo reserves that were stored up are instantly wiped out. The engineer is going to have a tough time keeping the sentry up if he doesn't have any metal reserved in the dispenser to keep the nest alive. Taking out the nest just got a whole lot easier, and with that in mind, the Red Tape Recorder has some effective use that people neglect even to this day. Sure, the sapper is more reliable, and it's frankly the better tool without question, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't give the other weapons a fighting chance. Sometimes, there are other gameplay options that can surprise the enemy team and push your team to a victory. Having a good understanding on all of your weapons, whether you use them or not, will better yourself and the classes that you play. Jumping to conclusions or taking someone's word for what's best isn't the same as trying the weapon out for yourself. You might just be surprised how useful some of these underused weapons are on your quest for enlightenment. Give the Red Tape Recorder a try in tough situations. I bet you'll end up liking it and using it a whole lot more. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you like these types of videos, leave a like and subscribe. Maybe even tell me what weapon I should review for next time. Every sub counts. It makes a huge impact on the channel. Also, if we manage to hit 50,000 subscribers, I'll be doing a super duper unusual giveaway. So, if you got the message, write in all caps, many centuries must die to let me know. Remember to be awesome, stay awesome, to have an awesome day. I'm Rob the Awesome, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao for now.
Motherfucker, I'm awesome. No, you're not, dude. Don't lie. I'm awesome. I'm driving around in my mom's ride. I'm awesome. A quarter of my life gone by, and I met all my friends online. Motherfucker, I'm awesome. I will run away from a brawl. I'm awesome. There's no voicemail, nobody calls. I'm awesome. I can't afford to buy 8 balls, and I talk to myself on my Facebook wall. You know my pants said